What's up, family, and welcome to Cooking with Adam B. I'm Adam B, and today we're making some General Tso chicken wings. Now, you already know it's going to be gluten-free, but you wouldn't know, of course, if I didn't tell you, so feel free to use your favorite gluten-free ingredients. So today, again, we're going to make the General Tso chicken wings. We're also going to make some hand-cut French fries, and then we're also going to make some quick steamed broccoli. Let's jump right into the prepping, and then we're going to get right to cooking it up. So today I'm cooking for 5 people, 4 adults and 1 child who absolutely doesn't eat like one. It's so amazing how he can eat so much and not gain any weight. So starting off with prepping for the fries, I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes today, and sometimes I switch up in between the russet potatoes, but I like the Yukon Golds because they have a sweeter taste. Now, you can start by pre-rinsing them, and then next thing you want to do is you want to begin to slice them. Okay, you want to cut them in even sections the long way, starting with the sides. Next, you want to go ahead and cut them into the size of the fries that you desire. You want to try to make them all close to the same volume so they cook evenly. Next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and toss those fries into a bowl and then head to the sink for a second rinse. Now, as you can see here, I rinse all the remaining grit and excess starch until it is no longer visible in cold water. Next thing you want to do is you want to let them sit in that cold water until you're ready to fry them. I do it for at least 30 minutes to release the extra starch. Now you can go on to prepping for the chicken wings. Now, I typically buy pre-washed frozen wings, but I always think you can clean them a little bit further. So you see here, I'm washing them again, cold water mixed with maybe a little bit of warm water. And I know, cross-contamination, I know it's dangerous, but I don't like the feathers or the gunk on the chicken. Plus, this helps with the frosting. Again, I rinse and I pluck until I'm satisfied. Plus, I think it tastes better because of the massage that I give the wings. Something about massaging those chicken wings. Now I start my quick marinade. Now you can do this the night before or hours before if you choose, but at least 15 minutes if you're in a hurry. I start with a little avocado oil, then a super generous dose of sesame oil, then reduced sodium soy sauce. Next I use a little rice vinegar, moving right along to the kosher salt, and then another massage. Next, I drop a bunch of good cornstarch. Now, some people use egg here or buttermilk, but I don't because of my son's allergies. Now, you want to let it marinate for at least 15 minutes. So now that you let your chicken marinate for a minimum of 15 minutes, you can go ahead and pour off some of that excess liquid. Now, you do want to leave a little bit at the bottom of the bowl because you're going to make like a small thin batter for those wings. Now, also go ahead and preheat your fryer to 360 to 370 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so now that I poured off my excess liquid, as you can see here, I still got a little bit left at the bottom of the bowl. And if it's better for you to pour a little bit off than too much, and then I'll be able to have any later, if just in case you need a little bit more of that marinade for your batter. But as you see here, I'm adding more cornstarch, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix it up with the wings. Now, I do it a little bit differently with the General Tso chicken wings opposed to the regular General Tso chicken. Now, the General Tso chicken wings have skin, so you don't need quite as thick batter as you do when you're making General Tso chicken, which I typically use bite-sized pieces of chicken thigh without any skin. Next, I want to add in some paprika, onion powder, turmeric, curry powder, black pepper, parsley, and then another massage. Now you get one chance to season the chicken, So you want to do it right before you cook it, okay? It's got a nice, thin, sticky, but slick coating, and I'm ready to start frying. Now we've reached the fun part. Now we get to start cooking. I go ahead and I put some water in my wok. Then I turn the stove on high so that I can get a nice boil. Then I start by dropping my wings in that already hot preheated oil, and I try to avoid crowding so I don't put them all in at once. To make sure the wings don't stick, be careful, but give your basket a nice shake. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and turn your oven to the minimum temperature. But I do this so that I can keep my wings warm and a little bit crispy because I'm cooking in batches here. Now as you see here, I continue to shake the basket up throughout cooking the wings. Again, I do that to keep them separated. The first batch always takes a little longer than the rest. Each batch may not take the same amount of time, even though the oil may be the same temperature. I guess putting those room temperature wing in that hot oil brings down the temperature, but for some reason that first batch, like I said, it takes a little bit longer than the rest. Now you see my wok water is starting to boil. Now I don't season the broccoli after I finish cooking it. I always season the water. So you can see here I'm adding a little kosher salt and then now some sesame oil. I check on my wings while I'm looking for an internal temperature of about 185 to 210 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the safety, yeah, I know it's 165 degrees for chicken, but for these wings, again, I'm looking for between 185 degrees and 210 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I want them juicy in the middle but crispy on the outside. If you want, you could always pierce the wing, but of course that's going to take out a little bit of juice. But hey, just do it to one wing, and you want to make sure it's a totally clear juice. You don't want any blood mixed in. Some people trust watching the wings float, but I've learned from experience that's not always good enough. Now it's time to drop that broccoli. Now for me, I'm currently using frozen, which is totally fine, but if you're using fresh, it's a simple minute to a minute and a half process, or until the broccoli has peaked at its greenest. Now for frozen, the temperature will drop immediately when you put it in the water, so you will have to cook it just a little bit longer. So as soon as it starts bubbling up again, then I go ahead and set a timer for a minute and a half to 2 minutes. While that's going on, I shake and check the temperatures of my wings again, and we're almost ready. So now I go ahead and I grab my spider and my bowl so I can remove and drain the broccoli, and I can set it to the side for when it's time to plate. So I go ahead and I turn off my heat on the wok and remove the water and rinse out the broccoli remnants. Now I leave just a tiny bit of water in the bottom of the wok, and I go ahead and throw it back on the stove. But now I check on my wings and make sure they're at the temperature that I want, and we're ready to go. So I go ahead and I shake off the excess oil and place them on my wire rack and pop them into the oven to stay warm and crisp. Immediately I go ahead and I drop my next batch of wings, and we're ready to cook those. Now for the wok, I go ahead and turn the heat back on to medium high. And now I'm ready to start my sauce. So I take my ladle and I add a little hot oil to my wok. And then I add a generous amount of garlic. And I'm feeling lazy today, so I'm using minced garlic in a bottle. Now if I was making regular General Tso chicken, I would definitely use garlic from the clove and grated ginger. But for the wings, it's garlic from the squeeze bottle and ginger powder. Next, I add a generous amount of Huy Fong chili garlic sauce. And then I grab a few dried red chili peppers. Next, I add some no salt added ketchup. Then I add some sesame oil to my ladle. Next, sugar and raw. Then some hoisin sauce. A little reduced sodium soy sauce. A little amino acids. A generous amount of ginger powder. About a half cup of brown sugar. Next, I add a bottle of water. And you know what comes next? I stir. Alright, so I check on my wings, wipe down my area. I crank the heat up to high on the stove for my wok so I can get a nice boil on the sauce. And then again, I stir. Okay, so I add a little more sesame oil. After I got a nice boil, I go ahead and mix in my slurry to thicken. Now I'm ready to take out my next batch of wings. Pop those wings in the oven. Now I'm finally ready to drop my final batch of wings. Now I check on my sauce. It's the right consistency. I taste it. It tastes phenomenal. And technically, it's ready to go. Now, I'm cooking for 5 people, so for the amount of wings, I think I need a little bit more sauce. So I add another bottle of water. I crank it up to high again to get boiling. Now I have enough sweetness here, so I just add a little more of the no salt added ketchup. And then I stir. Now I check and remove the last batch of wings. Pop those in the oven. After the sauce is bubbling all over, I check the consistency. It's perfect. It's finished. I turn it on low to keep warm while I finish cooking the rest. Now I'm ready to par cook these fries. Now typically I do this at 340 degrees Fahrenheit for about 3 to 5 minutes. But because of the volume of the fries, the temperature is going to drop anyway. And I don't feel like cooking them in batches. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the heat cranked up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Now don't be like me and crowd your fryer. But hey, I do it often, so I know what I'm doing. And I go ahead and slowly drop the basket of fries into that hot oil. The key here is to just cook the fries. You aren't frying them once and you're done. It's a whole process. So now it's been about 5 minutes. I think they're ready to come out of the grease. I check to make sure the fries are cooked. So I take this fry here, snap it, and as you can see here, you can see it's cooked. The potato on the inside is cooked. Now I drain the fries and I let them sit for at least 5 minutes. Now I'm ready to drop them again at the same 375 degree Fahrenheit temperature for about 2 minutes. Once again, don't do this. This is kind of dangerous and you can burn yourself. But I was careful and I rescued the escaped fries with my skimmer. I drained the fries and I dropped them again. Now I go ahead and I crank up my sauce back up to a boil because I'm finally ready to finish off these wings. See here, I went ahead and rescued a few lost fries again. My sauce is now at a good boiling point. The fries are now golden brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain and shake off the excess oil. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop them into a stainless steel bowl. Now the fries, they're not finished. I'm gonna go ahead and drop them again before I serve them. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take out some of these wings out the oven. I'm gonna fill up my fry basket and I'm gonna drop them into the oil one more time just to make sure they get crispy again. I go ahead, I drain them, shake off that excess oil and drop them right into the sauce. Now this sauce, it's a little bit too much for me to have flair with the wok right now. I can't shake and flip with this much sauce in the wok. Now I go back into the oven, put the remaining wings in my fry basket, and I go ahead and drop those. Now I coat the wings. And I remove them into another extra large stainless steel bowl. Go ahead, take those wings out the fry basket, right into the sauce, and I go ahead and sauce those up as well. Okay, so it's not as much sauce this time left in my wok, so I can go ahead and give you a little Wok Flare, and I finish tossing up the wings and the remainder of the sauce. And then I go ahead and put those in with the rest of the wings in that stainless steel bowl. Now I'm ready to drop those fries. I go ahead and give the wings a final toss just to make sure all the wings have an even amount of sauce on them. Then for the french fries, I'm looking for a golden brown color on the outside. I want the fries very, very fluffy on the inside, just kind of like a baked potato. And then I want them crispy on the outside. So I take them out, I drain them, shake off that excess. I drop them again one last time to lock in the outer crispiness for about 45 seconds. Now I drain and shake off all the excess oil. Put them back into the stainless steel bowl. I immediately add a little kosher salt and I toss them. Now it's time to plate. I went ahead and I added the wings to my serving dish and allow the wings to pose for pictures. Now it's time to accessorize the wings. I'll go ahead and drop a little parsley on them. Now I tell you, if I'm making regular General Tso chicken, I'm adding scallions. I'm not putting parsley on my regular General Tso chicken, but for the wings, parsley is just fine. Now you got to give the wings a little bling. So I take my sesame seeds out and sprinkle it all over the wings. Now the wings are ready to walk the white carpet for more pictures. Okay, now I plate the wings with the broccoli. And of course I gotta add a few more sesame seeds because I don't think this looks picture ready. Then I add the fries. Parsley over the fries, and now we eat. Now as you can see, family, that was super simple, and I promise you it's something that you absolutely can make at home, and I promise you you'll love and enjoy them. Now if you decide to make this for yourself, please tag us and then hashtag cooking with Adam B. It means so much to me, and I sincerely appreciate you all for watching until the end. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so that you know when all of our videos are posted. And check out our other videos. We have some dope popcorn reviews from Popcorn World, where they have over 400 flavors of popcorn. And the popcorn actually tastes like the food flavor that you order. It's absolutely insane. Go ahead and do us a favor, check out those. And we're on the road to 4,000 watch hours, folks. I promise you, when we hit that 4,000 mark, we're going to drop so much content for you guys, you won't even be able to handle it. We will be bringing you tons of content with our life's journey. We're going to be sharing our individual passions. You know, for me, it's cooking. My wife is shopping, so you'll see some unboxing from her. And also sharing our marriage and parenting journey. We have a very unique marriage and parenting situation, and I think you guys will really enjoy getting a transparent look into our lives. We appreciate you all more than you ever know. Make sure you share this all over social media. Comment below what you liked about the video, what you'd like to see improve, and what you'd like to see me cook next. I'll see you soon, family. Enjoy. Bye for now.